96. Yo, I said stop myself, I'm not myself. Headed into anything knowing that I got myself. You know my enemies wishing that I shot myself. Dead on the bed, clothes covered in red. Stop myself, I'm not myself. Headed into anything knowing that I got myself. You know my enemies wishing that I shot myself. Dead.
What is up, y'all? It is Mike and Nick here. I'm about to break down UFC Mexico. You already know what is going on. How are you doing today, Nick?
Good, a little bit tired. Excuse my raspy voice, a little bit under the weather specifically, but pretty good, man. Pretty good. Ready to talk some fights, ready to talk about a high elevation card.
I just fucking tried to open this seltzer, bro, and it went everywhere. I'm disgusted. I bought this like an hour ago. I'm sick, bro.
Oh my God. My boy's doing a fucking fast too as well. I know he's pissed right now.
I'm sick about that. That shit just blew the fuck out of me. I heard I heard it started happening before it started making noise, bro. I'm soaked. That's what I get. I was trying to get the what was the other brand? There's a brand that I prefer, and I had to get the Saratoga, even though they got that damn dude who's doing that challenge. We've been on the Saratoga for years out here. This ain't none of that face dipping shit. We ain't doing none of that.
He said
But
that face dipping shit.
Ain't doing none of that. We doing full ice baths. But yeah, sorry that blew me. What just happened there? But yeah, we'll hop into it.
I was wondering why your face went like jaw dropped. I was like, oh no, I didn't know I said anything that was that serious. My apologies.
Nah, I got that shit blew me. Yeah, it's gonna be an interesting card. We got elevation. So from a betting standpoint, that could, I mean, for me at least, that could definitely change some things. You know, there's been fights in the past where it's like, oh yeah, I'll take this guy because I think he's has a high upside of finishing, and then we watch the guy with the high upside of finishing get drowned because his cardio isn't there and he's not used to elevation. And yeah, I feel like that is definitely going to come into play here this weekend for UFC Mexico. Sorry, I had a brain fart right there.
No, you're all good. I'm like over here. My eyes are like watering and I'm exhausted. So shit, you don't gotta apologize for anything. I'm like having multiple brain farts over here. I'm exhausted.
So am I, though. I feel that. But we still getting after it. We going talk about this first matchup, albeit Markel Medeiros versus Austin Hubbard in the lightweight division. If I am not mistaken, Markel Medeiros was a bigger favorite yesterday, and it looks like some money's come in on Austin Hubbard. We got Markel Medeiros at -162 and Austin Hubbard sitting at +136. For me, okay, the water opened. For me, I kind of got to go with the younger guy. I feel like he's a pretty talented kid. Austin Hubbard is good. He's tough. I think the biggest plus side on Austin Hubbard's side is that he's tough. He's well-rounded, but mostly he's tough. And I really like Landon Quinones a lot, although he's 0-2 in the UFC, I believe. I think Landon Quinones is filthy. And, close fight with Markel Medeiros. And, that in itself gives me what I need to know. I mean, Austin Hubbard is, very experienced. But I'm just leaning Markel Medeiros. I know if I pick fucking Austin Hubbard, it's going to go to a decision, and it's going to be split, and it's going to go to fucking Markel Medeiros. And I just have a lean. Even if it is close, it's going to the young prospect. I rambled for a minute on that one. What do you think?
I just think it's a good line on the younger, the younger guy, maybe not a little bit less experience. Austin Hubbard, he has an interesting record to me, right? Just because, he lost a split decision to Alexander Hernandez that I personally thought he won. He beats Michael Figlak, which I don't know if he's at the highest caliber guy, but he's definitely a UFC caliber guy. And then he gets choked out by Kurt Holloway, which we kind of could have saw on a little bit of a note of him just not mentally preparing and him, maybe not being the better grappler as compared to Markel Medeiros, who, the Landon Quinones one here specifically doesn't have a great regional record here for you. He beat Tracy Reeder, which I think is a pretty good regional win specifically. Markel Medeiros doesn't throw out a lot of volume compared to Austin Hubbard, who's going to throw out a little bit more volume. But Austin Hubbard not being elevation anymore, I think takes away what I would think would be his best path to victory here, which would be more of a gaslight finish. Give me Markel Medeiros. If the line keeps moving down, especially, I think it's going to be almost a steal. I'm kind of surprised that it's even closer to even money than it is. Markel Medeiros, if I'm not mistaken, is at the MMA lab right now, but he used to train at Elevation. And if he's not training at the lab, then he's training in Elevation, which I think both of those are good for cardio. I see the lab; they have really good cardio specimens out of their gym. And Elevation does them wonders. So that was also a long ramble to say I also like, and I'm just kind of confused on the line, I guess. But yeah, give me Markel Medeiros. Give me Medeiros by decision. What's Medeiros by decision in terms of winning method, in terms of price?
I think he was a minus 200 yesterday. Medeiros by decision plus 120. Austin Hubbard's never been knocked out. I don't think he's been knocked out. At least I need to double check that.
I personally don't like. I mean, the number sucks at plus 120. But I mean, I like that, to be honest with you. I don't think Medeiros is an overly huge power puncher, and I think he'll do enough to win 29-28 here. So, yeah, give me personally, I will. I would take him if I was going to take a specific prop, which I don't think the line's great. Give me Medeiros by decision. But yeah, I like.
Yeah, I feel like Medeiros could be a relatively high confident parlay piece. I don't see him getting finished, and like I said, we're both kind of on it. Younger guy's probably going to get the nod. Yeah. And next we got a, if I'm not mistaken, we got a featherweight matchup between Jamal Emmers and Gabriel Miranda. Jamal Emmers is sitting at a minus 485 to Gabriel Miranda at plus 370, bro. I feel like the odds are a little crazy on this one after Emmers just got chinned after providing a lot of his own offense against Nate Landwehr. It's a little bit interesting to me. What do you think about this fight?
Yeah, Gabriel Miranda kind of fucking sucks. Getting finished by Morgan Charrier is a fucking travesty to life, quite frankly. Shane Young's not UFC caliber. We saw how fucking destroyed he got by Sinma St. Denis. He hasn't beaten anyone literally of note. Anyone that's even decent that he's fought, he gets his ass whooped by. So I don't think the line, honestly, is that crazy just because Jamal Emmers has a good one-tune down the pipe. He lost a close fight to Jack Jenkins, and Jack Jenkins is a really good guy. Jamal Emmers, if he skirts the cage, he circles and he lets Gabriel Miranda do his dumbass fucking wannabe tough man act in the first round. He's gonna knock him out in the round two. Give me Jamal Emmers by finish. I'm pretty confident here. Give me Emmers round two specifically.
Freudian slip. Give me Gabriel. Oh,
yeah, I don't think Gabriel Miranda's fucking garbage, bro. Like
Jamal Emmers knockout round two plus 450.
Yeah, I mean, just what's in by round two? I don't know if I like. Just go to round props. Yeah, do Jamal Emmers round two plus 400. I think that's a good play right there for you. Jamal Emmers round three is also a good play. I think Miranda has enough juice for him to get out the first round, but I think he gets finished. TKO at minus money is fucking dog shit money.
Yeah.
I want to go pull up Jamal Emmers' Tapology. I want to see if he has any submissions to his name.
And Gabriel Miranda by submission, which I think there's a chance in hell, not a big one.
I think there's zero chance in hell.
The fact that it's
now he gets choked, but that dude fucking sucks dick.
The fact that it's only plus 450 is unbettable to me. If it was maybe a plus 800.
Jamal Emmers has been sub twice in his career, but Miranda sucks, dude. Like, he sucks. He doesn't fight good people. I just don't see anything on him that's worth betting. Like, I don't think there's a path to victory for him here, personally.
That's why I say if the odds were better, I would take a sniper shot at Gabriel Miranda by sub. But it's plus 450. It's not worth it. It's basically barely better than his money line. I think Jamal Emmers is the better fighter here as well. Gabriel Miranda, the only reason that I would pick him by sub at better odds is because there's a chance of some fluke win, or maybe not fluke win, but massive mistake by Jamal Emmers, and Gabriel Miranda is able to capitalize. I doubt it happens as well. We can see that it reflects in the odds. Even Gabriel Miranda to survive to a decision and win one round is plus 150. So it looks like the books, they're not giving you anything on Jamal Emmers here, unless you want to take that round two at plus 400.
Yeah, I mean, realistically, you could do his double chance Jamal Emmers 125 because that's what will happen. So just take him minus 125 double chance.
Yeah, that's not bad. Not bad at all. We have the same exact odds on another bout. This one in the lightweight division. We got Rafa Garcia and Vince Pichel. Minus 485 for Rafa Garcia and Vince Pichel plus 370. This one is you know, a guy who's not that amazing versus a guy who's 42. There's not really much you can do with this one for me either, you know. Unless you want to take Rafa Garcia by knockout. He doesn't get knockouts. I don't think he's going to knock out Pichel. I don't even know, dude. I like Pichel, but I think he's a little bit old, and he might get wrestle fucked in this fight.
I just think Rafa does everything so explosively that could possibly lead him to maybe gassing himself out, possibly. I don't know. You're giving me plus 1,800 on a guy that has 8 knockouts in his career versus at high elevation versus someone that could gas out. And Rafa Garcia is training with a bunch of guys that are on a bunch of L streaks. So he's training with Kelvin Gastelum right now. He's training with Juan Archuleta. He's training with all these guys that have losses around him. Like his whole camp is just L's on top of L's. And I always find it funny that like these L's amalgamate to more L's amongst training partners. It's like, what did I say about fucking Mick Parkin? You know, everyone's like, he got robbed. I'm sick of the term robbery. You fucking pussies need to stop using that term robbery.
I don't think Mick Parkin was a robbery.
Parkin, which is funny because I actually scored it live for Mick Parkin.
I did too.
Marcin Tibero winning 2-1 is not that big of a deal.
Yeah, it's not crazy.
But when you watch that fight, at one point did you think, man, Mick Parkin's good? Fuck no. Even when he almost got that finish in round 2, that dude sucks.
I thought he was comfortably winning, though, honestly.
Mick Parkin honestly sucks at dick, and it just proves my point of like, but he trains with Tom Aspinall. Doesn't mean shit. But you know what does mean shit is when all these L's amalgamate throughout a camp. You're laying plus 1,800 on Vince Pichel by knockout for me, and you're laying cheese in front of my face and not asking me to make a sandwich. Yeah. Give me. I think Hoffa probably wins this fight. Probably wins it by decision at unbettable minus 200. But give me Vince from Hell Pichel, who like deadlifts 515 pounds multiple times and strong as fuck. Multiple knockouts in his career. He's had wrestle camps before against, in my opinion, better grapplers and like guys like Mark Madsen and things. So give me Vince Pichel plus 1,800 by knockout.
Yeah, honestly, I can't hate on that because I certainly will not be going anywhere near Rafa Garcia, especially minus 200 for a decision, minus 485 money line.
That's retarded. Those odds are fucking retarded. What has Rafa Garcia done to be a 4-1 favorite against anyone?
Not much. He beat Mahashate, which is not that impressive to me.
Fucking horrendous.
And then even just inside the distance, obviously low chance that Vince Pichel wins by sub, but plus 1,100 for inside the distance. I mean, if anything, I would want to, just as a fan, I want to pick Vince Pichel. I mean, how can you not like that dude? Old school banger, fucking great mustache, 42 years old. You know, I have a reason to believe Vince Pichel's cardio is not going to go. It's just whether or not Rafa Garcia's cardio goes. If it does, then obviously Garcia decision. But I do think it's likely that, not likely, but it's live at plus 1,800 that Vince Pichel could make some magic happen at 42 years old, lay the gloves down in the octagon and retire on a knockout. That'd be sick. And this one's interesting here. We got Lupe Godinez minus 278 versus Julia Pilastri at plus 225. This one to me at first seems like a no-brainer. Like I feel like, oh yeah, Lupe Godinez should probably win this fight, right? But the one thing about Lupe that I don't like is she doesn't have the best fight IQ. Like I feel like there's times where Lupe should be wrestling and doesn't, and then there's times where she should be trying to keep it on the feet, and then she doesn't do that either. And Julia Pilastri is pretty decent, man. I don't know if Julia Pilastri should be a plus 225 underdog in this fight. I think she's 1-1 in the UFC. I don't know. These odds are interesting to me. Very interesting odds. 12-5 against 13-4. Julia Pilastri has a reach advantage. She beat Corey McKenna, lost to Josephine Knutson. Knutson's no longer with the promotion. I don't know. This one's tough for me. You have any leans on this one?
Yeah, I see that everyone's darling of the week is Julia Pilastri. I understand that Lupe Godinez has low fight IQ, but Lupe Godinez is one outside trip or one body lock away from winning each round of this fight. I don't understand the live movement specifically, especially since everyone says they're on Palastri, but for whatever reason, money keeps coming in on Godinez. Yeah, I think Lupe Godinez should win this fight 2-1 rounds pretty handedly. I think spread bets are usually stupid, but I don't think the +3.5 spread is too crazy on Julia Palastri this week, actually. I don't think the number's great, but I don't think it's a horrible bet specifically. Yeah, I like excuse me. I like Lupe here. I think the striking is pretty close. I think Palastri has the volume edge, but that's about it. I think that's really all she has is the cardio and volume edge. Maybe the IQ edge, but it's easy to have fight IQ when you're really a one-dimensional fighter. So
do you think Lupe Godinez is worth adding to a parlay at the odds that she's at?
Fuck no. What has Lupe done in her career? Gone to fucking split decision with Tabitha Ricci, lost to Angela Hill, beat Ariana Cara fucking Losi, and fucking lost to high-level girls. Yeah, I know she lost to Dern and Jandarova, but Lupe has to be one of the most overrated fighters of all time. Like, I legit, like, it's funny how everyone talks about her like she's some fucking championship caliber level fighter because her sisters can wrestle or whatever the fuck it is. Like, Lupe is okay. Lupe's just an okay. Lupe's just
God damn it. Lupe's just okay. Sorry, continue. I thought you stopped for a second.
Yeah, I was just gonna finish off with I just think it's also for my theory play, it's not the worst theory play. 220 plus almost 2.5 odds. Palastri does have high volume and does have the higher cardio. I just think here, if Lupe is smart, it's a big if, right? If Lupe's smart, she should win this fight with 2 takedowns, legit. 2 takedowns, stay on top, stay just active enough on top. Palastri's not great from the bottom. Even though she is active from the bottom, she's not great from the bottom. So,
yeah, that's actually what I was going to bring up when I was accidentally, my apologies, interrupting you. The theory play.
That's all good.
Plus 225. I mean, I think for me, I do lean Lupe as well, but I just think it's a closer fight based on Lupe's, past, that it's closer than the odds suggest. And this is a solid odds to, and we almost had Pooja Tomar, bro. We almost had her last week until she literally laid herself deeper into
fucking Indian MMA, bro.
All she had to do was literally just stand up, and then she didn't. She's just like, oh no, let me lean in farther and get my shit broke. Von Whedon, your homie MMA Foo got a surprise.
Okay.
I wonder what that surprise is. Is it going to be
Why does it sound like threatening? Are you fucking threatening the Foo? Because if you are Von Whedon, fuck you, dog.
Yeah, hopefully you're not threatening.
I like how Mike's all nice about it. He's probably not. It just sounds like it. It's just very.
Well, the ... Now that I think about it, I'm like, is he threatening? I thought he had Lupe for sure.
Sorry, Von Whedon. I thought you were hating on our boy, the Foo.
Nah, we rock with Lupe out here. She likes to be, at least she used to like to be active. She had 2 fights in 10 days. I respect her hustle.
I do think Lupe wins 29-28. It's just, can we trust? It's like how you trust Ryan Spann with your money. How the fuck do you trust Ryan Spann with your money, right? Like, how do you trust Lupe Godinez with your money? We're talking split decision Lupe over here.
Yeah, it's hard to say. Just for the theory play though, Von Whedon, if you're listening, Nick always takes, well, not always, per se. Maybe he does.
Most of the time, I take the first female underdog of the night.
Yeah, and it plays out pretty well sometimes. I mean, these
not lately. Fighters, lately, it's been getting shit on, bro. Lately, it's been getting dick. Legitimately, it's been getting killed by these female underdogs. It's been killing me inside.
Yeah, dude, we were so close to Tomar. She was about to freaking break the curse and keep the theory alive. And yeah, that was so, bro. When she dropped her, I was like, oh my god, holy fuck! My boy's in the bathroom. He's like, what happened? I'm like, bro, she just hit her with the sickest kick. She's smashing her on top. I thought the ref was gonna stop it, and then of course the referee doesn't stop it. She shortly after gets subbed. That shit sucked. But Pooja Tumar, whatever the fucking name is not great. She has power though, man. She just needs to work on that damn fight IQ. So yeah, we're going Loopy per se. Loopy should win this fight, but theory play could be live here as well.
Milky versus D-Rod, huh?
This fight's low key a banger, dude.
I don't think it is. I think this is the most binary. I honestly think this is the most binary fight of the week. It's does Melky sub C-Rod, club and sub, or just outright sub him in the first round, or does he gas out in elevation and C-Rod beat the fuck out of him and finish him round 3? So there's 2 ways I'm going to play this fight. Go to round props for me. Everybody, I'm taking C-Rod round 3 plus 1,200. Or scroll down. I'm taking Melky round 1 plus 800. That's the way I would play this fight. I think Melky has the first round to do what he does, which is low kick, decent boxing, solid grappling, maybe not great offensive wrestling, but good jiu-jitsu. I think he has a round to get it done. After that, I think it's C-Rod via avalanche, just slowly but surely snowballing this motherfucker until he drowns. So, yeah, give me Melky round 1 or C-Rod round 3. What you got, Mike?
Yeah, it's funny. I was on YouTube the other day. I was listening to MMA Guru talk, and he was like,
"Bro, what the fuck are you listening to that pussy for?"
Dude, he's actually hilarious. Fucking. So
I used to listen to him, and then he just got fucking just like real fucking gay.
So
fucking gay.
What he was saying was, this just seems like a fight that Christian Rodriguez is gonna lose, and the way he said it, I just felt 100% because you got C-Rod is out here, he's beating very good competition, and then just randomly won this. Oh yeah, you should definitely win this, and then he's gonna fuck.
He's beating real quick. He's beating okay-ish competition.
I mean, you were pretty high on Austin Bashi.
That's what I think is funny. I was gonna say that. Austin Bashi to me is still his most impressive win. I was gonna say that.
And
because
people
I don't think Raul is as great as everyone makes him seem. Going fucking life or death with that Asian fool.
I wouldn't say life or death.
Fucking giving up a round against the Asian fool, close enough. Fucking not finishing that fool, just overrated. Just an overrated fighter, in my opinion. Bagdasarian, not that great. Not that great, to be completely honest with you here.
You mean Bulgarian?
Getting finished, whatever. Getting finished by fucking Arosa. What are we talking about here? What are we talking about here?
Exactly. Julian or C-Rod got finished by Arosa.
That's what I'm saying.
That's why I think Melky Costa is way better than Julian Arosa. And I mean, Julian Arosa, he's an experienced veteran. He has chin issues. But I think Melquizio Costa, I think he's live, honestly. I'm not, fuck it. I'm gonna take Melquizio Costa, and I think money line is fine, but also him by submission is plus 600. It's obviously in my head, C-Rod could make this fight look easy. He typically comes out and makes fights look easy, except for the Arosa fight and the Bulgarian fight. He almost got finished in the first round, but I feel like, God.
What fights have he made look easy besides round 2 and 3 of Austin Bashi?
I mean, he was whooping on Cameron Simon as well. And
Cameron Simon sucks.
Hey, Cameron Simon's pretty good.
No, the fuck he's not.
Dude, I
low
think he's
fight IQ, and he's small.
He's small for the division, but
he should be a flyweight, and he has low fight IQ. And Christian Rodriguez came in as a weight bully in that fight. That's why I don't
sounds like you're leaving.
Christian Rodriguez's record gets worse and worse the more I think about it. Like, C-Rod's a good ass fighter. He's a good lazy boxer, but fools just love him because he takes fools' O's. I'm with you. Give me Costa, G. Give me Costa extra. You know what? And then I'm going to be safe for myself and take Costa round 1 and 2. go to the FanDuel and do one of those little 1 and 2 props.
Hell yeah, dude. I just feel like, I mean, C-Rod C-Rod, I feel like is technically sound and he has a solid fight IQ for the most part. I mean, except for that Arosa fight. But Melky Costa is a talented prospect as well. And I was high on him to begin with, and he fought up in weight against Thiago Moises. He lost that fight, but I felt like he was doing pretty well. I've always been high on Thiago. Especially at that time. And I thought he showed out and beating Andre Philly the way he did, same way that Arosa beat fucking C-Rod. I mean, who's going to say lightning strikes twice for C-Rod? But it happened to my boy Ricardo Ramos after he fucking got subbed by Charles Jourdain, did the same exact thing in the next fight. Or no, subbed by Arosa, does the same exact thing in the next fight, gets subbed by Jourdain. So I like Marquizo Costa here just a little bit. It's going to be a close fight.
You're cracking me up. You keep calling Milky by his full name. Quit trying to be so fucking different, Mr. Puerto Rican.
Am I calling him that? I thought I deadass didn't even. I thought I was saying Melky. Melquizio. Hey,
Bro, you've been saying every time you say it, it's like irking me. It's like you're stabbing me with a needle. I'm like, oh, I get it, bro. You know how to pronounce fucking names, and I don't. Ooh.
No, I don't even remember. It's because I talk so fast that that name has a bunch of syllables in it. It'll just come out easy. All right, so we're going with the Melkmeister. We're going with the Melkman Costa himself. And that's going to be a close fight, though. If you bet on either one of those guys, I'm sure it's going to be a little bit nerve-wracking.
Instead of breaking down tape, my boy was watching fucking John Anik. I'm going to real quick precipice this. You can go. I don't know who either of these fighters are.
Yeah, Gautier, I believe that's how you pronounce it. He was on the Contender Series last season. He's 22. Jose Medina's 33. Gautier has a 3-inch height advantage. God damn.
My boy is straight up wiki capping this, y'all. Y'all see this? This is wiki capping right here. This is what I refuse to do.
Well, I'm just pulling up their stats. That's all. Their heights. This dude Gautier has a 7.5-inch reach advantage, and he seemed to have power on Dana White's Contender Series. Jose Medina, we've seen him fight. He's pretty much known for being tough against Zach Reese and
he's that fool. Okay,
I know another guy. It was a guy, Magomed Sulov. So he basically showed his toughness in that fight. He showed his toughness against Zach Reese. Gautier is a big ass dude, and he's I feel like he's very muscular, which could play to his detriment in Mexico. I feel like if Jose Medina can survive the first round, I mean, I'm not saying he's definitely going to win here, but I think if he survives the first round, he's live, because this guy could gas himself out throwing nothing but bombs. He's very inexperienced at 6-1. He's sitting at -440 money line. Jose Medina hasn't really showed us much, but he has showed us how tough he is. And if he doesn't get put out cold in the first, I feel like there's a live possibility that he wins this fight. And honestly, I could potentially see a dog shot at Jose Medina. But at the same time, I'm not going to bet on this 6-1 fighter at -440. Betting on Jose Medina at +340, I don't know, dude. I just think that these odds don't make that much sense. I mean, Gautier is a big motherfucker, though.
We're spending way too much time on a wiki capping fight.
He's a big dude. Wiki capping. I never once went to Wikipedia.
That's not what I mean. It's not what I mean.
Either
way, this dude has one fucking good win, and that win is against a Japanese motherfucker. Okay, we can move on. Yeah, this one ain't worth even talking about.
This guy's huge. I'm gonna go with fucking Jose Medina just because it's probably gonna come back to bite me. You know what? I'm gonna stay safe and I'm gonna say Gautier by first round knockout. But
God, this is the battle of the garbage records. Holy fuck, dudes fight cans, both of them.
Who? Shirez and CJ Vergara?
Oh, thank God, fighters I know. Fuck, back to fighters I know. Oh, thank God.
Yeah, we got a flyweight bout here. Edgar Shirez sitting at -258, and CJ Vergara, the running man, at +210. How are you feeling about this one?
Yeah, CJ sucks. CJ legit just outlasts people that gas themselves out. And Shirez does have a gas issue. But I think Shirez is going to sub him.
So yeah, I think he finishes him by sub, most likely some sort of front choke. What's Chirez by sub price? That's so ugly, but yeah, I guess give me Chirez by sub plus 240. It's a fucking horrible number.
He could knock him out.
Yeah, I don't think his striking's all that great. Dropping Josh Van's not going to get me all that excited, especially when Josh Van ran into something. So Chirez is going to sub him. And CJ Vergara, he really gets clipped with the left hook. When he gets dropped and rocked, it's always by the left hook. And Chirez doesn't necessarily have a great left hook. It's straight punches and elbows. So, yeah, I think Chirez by submission would be the way to go here.
Yeah, I agree with you. I think Chirez has more dog in him as well. I don't think Chirez ever going to turn around and run in a fight. Not to say that wasn't a good IQ moment for CJ Vergara in terms of his willingness to survive, but at the same time, Chirez, in my opinion, he's a dog. I think he's pretty talented. He's serviceable. I think he has a good chance of getting it done inside the distance as well. Inside the distance is only plus 140 and submission plus 240. So I would say that's relatively, valuable. Throw a little straight down on that. Throw it in a crazy parlay. Who knows? In this one, we got my boy here. I fuck with Ronaldo Rodriguez at minus 142, fighting Kevin Boreas at plus 120. What weight is this fight happening at? Flyweight? Yeah, this fight is happening at flyweight. Okay, for some reason I was like, could this be at 135? Now we got Kevin Boreas and Ronaldo Rodriguez. I'm going to take my boy Ronaldo Rodriguez. I got to. I haven't really thought about a method of victory. Boreas seemed pretty tough when he was fighting against Josh Van. I don't know. I just like Ronaldo Rodriguez minus 142. Throw him in a parlay with another decent favorite. Get plus money out of it. I like Ronaldo just because he's a dog. His fight against Ode Osborne, say what you want about Ode Osborne. He showed a lot of heart in that fight and a lot of will to win. And I like that. So I'm going to go with him.
Yeah, I'll take Lazy Boy as well. I think Lazy Boy by knockout at plus 600 is good money too. Borjas has suspect chin issues, and he got his ass whooped by Alessandro Costa in the last fight. Alessandro Costa, I think, put a decent amount of damage onto him too that I think could carry over into this one. High elevation for Lazy Boy, who has good cardio, good heart. He's chinny-ish, but he doesn't go to sleep. So I like that a lot for him. And I think Kevin Borjas, really his best asset in this fight is a leg kick, and Lazy Boy checks leg kicks. So, yeah, give me Lazy Boy. Give me Lazy Boy by knockout. Feel pretty good about that.
I'm very excited to watch him fight. I fuck with him, bro. That fight he had against Ode was just so crazy at UFC Noche. We were geeking watching that one because he was on death's doorstep on a couple of occasions.
Yeah, I took the minute that the round ended. Once the first round ended, I took a Lazy Boy twice live. Took him at like plus 350 and plus 400. Pretty happy about that. So,
dude, I had too much money on him from jump, so I was like, oh my god, bro. That was an entertaining bout. So we should get some good entertainment out of Lazy Boy. And the next fight, we got up and coming prospect David Martinez minus 455, heavy favorite against Simon Oliveira. This one's pretty cut and dry for me, dude. I think David Martinez probably, for me, this is my pick. David Martinez wins by knockout, plus 115. Simon Oliveira's coming off a layoff. I feel like the last time he fought was it Daniel Marcos? I feel like it was Daniel Marcos, and that was a minute ago. Yeah, that was a minute ago. He's 33, I think. David Martinez is young, vicious. Bro is a doctor. Who the fuck is a doctor? Bro is a doctor. Is Lazy Boy a doctor? That's a young doctor right there. Or is Simon Oliveira a doctor? Who knows? Let us know, Fu. How do you feel about this one?
I mean, I think Oliveira's actually, pretty tough. He's only been finished once, and he gets finished to the body. When he did get finished, he's not necessarily chinny, I don't think. I mean, David Martinez is really good, though. David Martinez is precise. He's accurate, heavy hands. He's fighting in Mexico.
You can't really touch this fight anywhere, I don't think. But I guess if you were to touch it, I guess fight not to go the distance at minus 130. Fight not to go the distance at minus 130 is probably the way I would play it, to be honest with you, I guess at best. But David Martinez by decision probably has some juice to it.
I don't think it does, bro. I think it's like plus 140.
What the fuck? That is crazy. His knockout nor his decision have juice.
Yeah,
that is
like either one's gonna happen. One of these two is probably gonna happen. So fuck you.
Yeah, so that's fucking horrendous. So yeah, that's my thoughts on that one.
Under 2.5 minus 110, I feel like is pretty solid. I just really think David Martinez is gonna finish this guy and he's gonna get the crowd fucking hyped.
They're bringing him out for old Mexico, baby.
Yeah, you already know. We got a bantamweight bout between Raul Rosas Jr. and Showiwi's himself, minus 485. Vince Morales making a short turnaround after his fight with Elijah Smith. Underdog sitting at plus 370. I got to go with Raul Rosas Jr. He's still young as fuck, but at this point, he's got a little bit of experience under his belt. He's a very strong young fighter, good wrestling, good jiu-jitsu, serviceable striking. I don't think Vince Morales is going to pose outside of a submission threat. I don't think he's going to pose much of a threat to Raul Rosas Jr., especially in the striking department. I don't think he has what is necessary to put Rosas down. If I had to guess, Raul Rosas is going to go out there and stand with him for a little while and then intermittently shoot using his improved IQ, potentially saving his gas tank and getting him to the end of the fight, winning by decision. I'm going to say decision. What do we got for decision? Plus 100. Okay, that's not great. Plus submission. Submission at plus 225. Interesting. What do you think about this one?
I think Rosas by sub. I think it's probably the easiest plus 225 bet of the night, quite frankly, is you have Vince Morales, who has holes in his defensive grappling deficiencies. His offensive grappling is solid, but defensively he's not very sound. Even though Rosas is small, Vince Morales is also small too as well. I think Rosas is a better cage wrestler. He trains with the better overall grapplers too as well. So give me Raul Rosas. I'll take Raul Rosas by submission, and I think I'm pretty confident that he wins by sub.
Who was the other fighter we were thinking about by sub? Edgar Chairez, bro. The Mexican Jiu-Jitsu parlay, 225 and 240. It's probably decent. It's probably like plus 1,000 or something.
Yeah, I would be down. I would be super down with that. Honestly, it'd be like plus 1,200.
Yeah, the Mexican sub parlay. Unless we find another submission artist coming up here, that's a fucking banger. Yeah, so we both confident on. Oh, we found our third one. Kelvin Gastelum by sub. Psych nah.
That was good. That was pretty good.
We got Joe Pyfer. Hey, look at Fu. You said what I was already about to say, bro. Body bags, Joe Pyfer, minus 298. Kelvin Gastelum, plus 240 at the middleweight division. I was honestly leaning towards sub as well, just because Kelvin Gastelum does have a good chin. He has good boxing. He's pretty slick. But Joe Pyfer is, he's a physical specimen. Obviously, he hits hard. I don't think he's going to sleep Kelvin Gastelum, but I could definitely see him getting it done, just being the stronger physical presence. And he is a pretty damn good jiu-jitsu guy. And he trains with Sean Brady, if I'm not mistaken, who also subbed Kelvin Gastelum. Not that that matters, but these guys are really getting after it in the gym when it comes to jiu-jitsu. So I think Joe Pyfer by submission is, I wonder what the odds are. Plus 350. I feel like that's pretty good. That's the least likely option based on what DraftKings has to say. That's interesting. I would have thought that the odds wouldn't have been as crazy as that. It's not that crazy, but I feel like he's live to get a sub, bro.
I mean, Kelvin Gastelum has 3 losses in his career by sub. I mean, he's been subbed by Chris Weidman, if I'm not mistaken. Clearly, he was subbed by Sean Brady. I don't know whose first loss by sub was, though. So maybe I'm tripping. Maybe it's only 2 losses by sub then in that case. Oh, no. He got fucking heel hooked. I forgot about that by Jack Hermanson. Yeah, I think. Yeah, I don't have to really say much else. Joe Pyfer's bigger, stronger, probably gets him with some sort of Kimura side trap kind of deal. So, yeah, give me Joe Piper by sub. I like that.
Right? It's interesting. It's because Joe Piper be smoking people sometimes, like the Marc-Andre Barrios fight. He just knocks him the fuck out. Kelvin Gastelum's not going to be there for that, in my opinion. And if he does get hit, I feel like he's going to cover up and get taken down. Or if he gets stumbled, he'll start to get scrambly, and then that's when Joe Piper will find a submission over him. I'm pretty confident in that, honestly. I hope Kelvin Gastelum wins. That's for damn sure. I would really like for Kelvin Gastelum to win. But the realistic, it's not realistic right now where he is in his career, in my opinion. Now, this fight right here is a banger. This one has banger written all over it. In the lightweight division, Manuel Torres at plus 100 and Drew Dober at minus 120. I believe the odds were a little bit different before. I don't think Manuel Torres was a favorite or was an underdog at first. And it looks like the lines have shifted a tiny little bit in Drew Dober's favor. Do you have how are you feeling about this one? I did the last one, and this one's an exciting one.
Drew Dober's gonna get his fucking ass kicked. I don't understand this line. Drew Dober has wins against fucking Terrence fucking McKinney and fucking Ricky fucking Glenn and Rafael Alves and Bobby whack ass fucking Green, but loses to everyone else. Drew Dober's low key overrated as fuck. He may have good cardio and he has a great chin, but that's what he has. He swings left, rights, and that's what it is. Drew Dober, what the fuck is this line here? What the fuck is this line? Manuel Torres may even finish this motherfucker.
I think he will. I think I'm pretty confident that he finishes this fight.
Like in Mexico too as well. Manuel Torres, he can win by sub, he can win by standing. He has a high ass finish rate. I mean, like, yeah, honestly, I don't understand this line at plus 100. So yeah.
Fight talk only Dober KO 1. See, the thing is,
I want to know Dober KO. How does he get this KO? I'm genuinely curious. He doesn't have any kicks to work his way in. What's he gonna do? Come swinging in left, right hooks like he did against fucking Bobby Green with his short ass arms? He's gonna get picked apart from the outside and get hit with straights and beams down the middle. Manuel Torres is gonna beat his ass. This line makes no fucking sense. I'll eat crow if that's wrong, though. I will come back here and I will give you your shout out fight talk, no doubt.
Plus 120 inside the distance for Manuel Torres, and then we got plus 200 for a knockout, plus 400 for a sub.
I like plus 400 for sub in terms of money, like in terms of the number. I mean, Manuel Torres club and sub. Hey.
Yeah, I like Manuel Torres here. A lot of people were kind of discounting him in his fight IQ after the Ignacio Bahamondes fight, but Ignacio Bahamondes is him, in my opinion. And I was on Manuel Torres in that fight because I wasn't sure that Ignacio was him. And goes out there, finishes Manuel Torres in the first round. Then he goes on to fight Jalen Turner, finishes him in the first round.
I was going to say, look what he did to Jalen Turner, bro.
Yeah, he's a fucking dog. So
Bahamondes on a good-ass 3-fight win streak. The way he smoked through fucking Yagos, and Trey Ogden's a good-ass one, too. People forget about that Trey Ogden one he had, so...
Yeah, I like Manuel Torres. I'm happy he's a plus 100. I'll be even happier if the odds keep moving. Just to have him at plus money.
I think I have to get him now because I think by the end of the week he's going to close out as a favorite. I think these odds are going to flip.
Yeah, because they kind of already did flip once though. So they were. If I'm not, it's hard to just remember off the top of my head. I'm tired, but I feel like he was like a minus 120 at some point, Manuel Torres, and now he's just crept into underdog territory at plus money. I think it actually probably would be smart if we take him before we see this change, because there's a chance it does, and then we'll be kicking ourselves that we didn't get a double back on the wager. Yeah, I like Manuel Torres a lot here. I think obviously Drew Dober, he knows what to do. He's going to make this fun. He's going to make this fight fun, and I think the younger guy from Mexico is about to get on his ass. No diddler. Yeah, I like that. Plus 120 for inside the distance is very close to the money line. At that point, I would just take money line, unless you want to pick submission or KO, which are at better odds. Yeah, I'm excited for that fight, man. That's a hell of a co-main event. Now, this fight, I'm excited to see what you have to say about this one because we got a flyweight potential title contender matchup. We got Brandon Moreno minus 258, Steve Erceg sitting at the underdog at plus 210. This one is going to be interesting, and I'm interested to hear what your thoughts are on it.
Well, the odds. All right. So here's a few things. Let me start off here. The cardio edge, I think, will go to Brandon Moreno, and the want to, will to through 5-4 fight rounds may go to Brandon Moreno. But Brandon Moreno has been through a lot of wars, a lot of 5-round fights, and it just seems like each 5-round fight we've seen him in over his last few, he's just kind of gotten worse and worse, in my opinion. The Brandon Royval fight wasn't a great look for me, in my personal opinion, too, as well. It just didn't seem like he had the want to, will to be in there and scrap it out. Steve Erceg has shown a chin deficiency. Brandon Moreno does have some power behind his side. Steve Erceg, I don't know who has the grappling upside in this fight, because Steve Erceg has extremely tricky jiu-jitsu and super solid scrambling ability, but Brandon Moreno also has an underrated ability to get on top of people and hold position on top of people, and he never accepts position from the bottom. This fight is way more 50-50 than anything to me. So unfortunately, and I say unfortunately because I'm a huge Brandon Moreno fan, I'm going to have to take Steve Erceg at plus 210 just because I find this fight far more of a 50-50 fight to me. With the way we've seen Steve Erceg's last few fights go, suspect chin, Brandon Moreno slowed down. That's really the biggest thing, is the chin for Erceg for me. Outside of that, man, I'm gonna have to take Erceg here. Erceg, I'm sorry. So Erceg, that's fucking
Erceg is crazy.
Erceg is fire. Steve Erceg, fire. Yeah, I think this fight's far more 50-50. I'm with Fight Talk only on this one too, bro. Give me Erceg. So
Erceg, I mean, hey, I'm gonna have to, and I love Erceg, dude. I still to this day think he beat Pantoja. I got the UFC 301 poster up on my wall. I thought he beat Pantoja. I somehow fucking. It's funny because I was picking Steve over Kai Kara France, who's my favorite fighter at flyweight. And right before the fight started, I had a bad feeling, bro. I was like, I shouldn't have bet on Steve Erceg. So then I went and took Kai Kara France by knockout. And then as the fight's playing out, I'm like, oh God, what the fuck's gonna happen? Boom, starches him. But I don't take anything away from him for that, because I think Kai Kara France could potentially hold the title here soon. Brandon Moreno, he in his last fight in Mexico, he did not look great against Royval. I still thought he did enough to beat Boreas by KO. Who the fuck said that? We ain't got no Boreas by KO. Ronaldo Rodriguez. Ronaldo. Oh, he said, tell me. I thought you said, tell me why, bro. I was like, fuck. No disrespect to your picks, bro. I'm always rooting for any of my homies who are out here throwing money on the fights. I'm on Ronaldo Rodriguez there. What is up, Phil? LLS, Foo. You already know the vibes.
I did bring up Lazy Boy's chin deficiencies though.
Yeah, but
which
what
is
I'm saying,
like, these chinny guys always scare me, but I almost never like picking against someone just because they're chinny. It feels like the more skilled fighter will win more times than not, chin or not. So,
and for the Brandon Moreno thing, yeah, the fight, I thought he did enough to beat Brandon Royval. It was just like people were seeing Brandon Moreno look like a different version of himself, and it's like, oh nah, he's never looked like that before. And I thought he did enough to beat Royval in that fight, but it seemed like he was just winging wide shots, left hand, right hand, and it was like very very out of character for the way that Brandon Moreno typically fights. I don't know if it was because he was having an issue at altitude, but I feel like if that were the case, or if he was sick or whatever, he didn't make any excuses. I feel like those wrongs will be righted here at his fight this weekend in Mexico. I do like Steve Erceg a lot. I think he's a tactician. I mean, maybe he could do some damage to Brandon Moreno. He's a tactical striker, I would say. He has some good, well-placed shots, good jiu-jitsu. But the way Brandon Moreno looked against Amir Albazi, he beat the dog shit out of him for 5 straight rounds. And I think he's got a chip on his shoulder right now. I feel like Brandon Moreno is coming. He wants to get that title back. I think he really wants to prove that he can beat Pantoja. I mean, he's 0-3 against him at this point. Even though that second one, I swear to God, he should have got that second one with the broken hand. They're dogging my boy Brandon Moreno out here. But I think Brandon Moreno is going to come out here with a chip on his shoulder in front of his people, and I think he's going to put on a show. And I'm not going to call a method that he wins, but I think Brandon Moreno is definitely live here to get a W and put himself even closer to that title picture again. And it's sad for Steve Erceg because I love Steve Erceg, but Brandon Moreno's the truth. Tough stretch for Astro Boy. That is right. We got Krishna rocking with Moreno under 4.5. She said Krishna, he or she, sorry, Krishna, I think she says under 4.5 in that fight. Brandon Moreno by finish. I love the energy. Yeah, I love the energy there. It's gonna be a tough one, and may the best man win. But I got Brandon Moreno, so that's a true ending to the breakdown with a Mike versus Nick pick and a very
a true Mike versus Nick pick to end the cast, because I got Erceg on what I feel is a 50-50 fight. You got Moreno on what you feel is a 50-50 fight. So, I mean, I don't know. I don't know if you think it's 50-50. I was going to say, I was like, taking those odds at 50-50 is almost retarded. Almost fucking retarded.
Retarded.
Even though if you don't think it's 50-50, which you don't, so.
I don't. I just think Brandon Moreno, he's so experienced, and I feel like Steve Erceg has a high fight IQ, and I feel like he's very talented, but this is just a rough one to give him after that Kai Kara France loss. Oh, yeah, you got slept by Kai Kara France? All right, bet. Fight Brandon Moreno coming off that Amir Albazi fucking slaughter. That's a tough ass, man.
Hey, I do want to leave you guys with a few things, though, before I get out of here, though, that I think there's a lot of boxing this weekend here, a lot of good-ass boxing here this weekend here. And there are 3 picks that I want to leave you all with here. We have William Zepeda versus Tevin Farmer, the rematch. Don't let everyone fool you. Don't let the first fight fool you. William Zepeda fighting with the flu. He's going to put it on. He is going to put it on Tevin Farmer. William Zepeda by knockout, -115 odds. You also have Angel Ayala over Mishibishi Yakabui at +100. Give me Angel Ayala at +100. And then you also have Oscar Collazo versus Edwin Cano. Give me Oscar Collazo under 4.5 rounds, even money. Michaela Meyer. I am also on Michaela Meyer, Krishna. I think Michaela Meyer looks in far better shape than she did her last fight. I think Sandy Ryan likes to fight way too fucking close. Michaela Meyer likes to punch the body, unlike Sandy Ryan. And I think Michaela Meyer understands that she didn't put out enough volume, especially in rounds 8, 9, and 10 in their last fight to keep it as close as they did. I smashed Michaela Meyer live, +400 and +350 her last fight. Made a grip of fucking money. Bitches were crying and shit. Robbery against a bunch of fucking retards that don't know how to score boxing. So, yeah, give me Michaela Meyer. I'm on Michaela Meyer. If you want a little, sprinkle dinkle, Michaela Meyer by stoppage.
Who are the first 3 names that you said? What are the names? William Zapata.
William Zepeda. Okay, don't disrespect my fucking boy, okay? Fucking El Camarón right there. My boy William Zepeda throws over fucking 90 punches around. Copy box highest puncher in the fucking whole division and in boxing, period. They can all kiss his ass. He's the GOAT. Angel Ayala, +100. My boy Angel Ayala, of course. And then you have Oscar Collazo, the Edwin Cano versus Oscar Collazo fight. The line set at 4.5. I like the under 4.5. I think Collazo goes in there and fucking steamrolls him. So, yeah. And then you have Michaela Meyer versus Sandy, which Chris is talking about. Michaela Meyer over Sandy Ryan. I couldn't agree more. I am curious, what the fuck is Michaela Meyer's number by knockout? Oh, Tiger Johnson fights this weekend too, as well, by someone that's been finished. Holy dick. Michaela Meyer by knockout is +1,200. I got to sprinkle that shit. But, I mean, realistically, if you're going to take her too as well, you could be always safe and take her at plus money by decision at +115. So, yeah, that's my plays, my thoughts. Yep.
I'm very excited. I'm about to definitely tune into the boxing. I wasn't familiar with some of the people on this card.
This fool said #milk. Hilarious. How did I not see that?
I had it pinned up there too.
That's funny as fuck.
And yeah, I gotta get onto that. Boxing, more boxing watching, and analyzing coming soon. I've been getting more into it, so I'm gonna have to be on my P's and Q's this week. We got a solid boxing card, a solid UFC card up at Elevation. Be careful. Always make sure to do your own research. You got any favorite picks / parlays of the week besides the boxing, which you already said was your favorites, of course?
No, I just said them. I just said.
I think I'm going with my boy Ronaldo Rodriguez. I'm going with Brandon Moreno, and I'm going with Manuel Torres. I like all three of those guys a lot this week.
I think
And,
you could add Ronaldo Rodriguez to the parlay to the legs I just mentioned, and I would feel pretty good about that actually.
Yeah, we'll have to cook something a little mixture of boxing.
Little blue meth. We got to cook a little blue meth. Me and you, Dad.
Yeah, Cap and Cook. You already know.
What do they know about that blue meth, dog? I don't think they know. When you
They don't
holler
know.
in the streets of tall and T.I. because you don't know me.
Hey, T.I., legend in the streets. You already know we've been rocking with T.I. for about 19 years at this point. God damn.
I'm not even 19 years old. So that's crazy.
It's crazy. Nick's only 17. He out here betting with his mom, social.
Somehow, some way. Hey, if you guys have ever listened to Soft White Underbelly, bro, you be hearing some crazy shit. How some of these young cats be betting and getting on this shit. Fucking blows me, bro. Fucking blows me.
Soft White Underbelly is absolutely insane, dude.
I'm glad you know what I'm talking about. So if you guys have a chance, they have some crazy interviews. You may catch an interview with Mike on there. Just saying.
No, there's some really, really sad stuff on there, bro.
No, I'm actually a huge fan of Soft White Underbelly.
Me too. I used to watch it a lot more. Now I'll be getting blown, especially because then I start doing. I'm like, oh, is there a follow up? Because sometimes they have the follow ups. That's how.
And then you find out they pass away or something, bro.
That's how that one pimp came up. Who's on No Jumper now?
What's his name?
He always goes church.
And it's hilarious to me because he's like so nice. He's like, good to see you, bro. I love you, bro. Like,
yeah,
he's just like the nicest ass fool.
Yeah, he's probably a savage, but yeah, he's good on the mic. That's why they got him on the No Jumper. But you already know how we're coming. We're about to get lit for UFC Mexico. We're about to get lit for the boxing card. We're about to be making smart plays. We got it doesn't have our names on here. Usually it has our names on the bottom corners for the Twitter. But if you got us on Twitter, or you got CST on Twitter, we gonna potentially drop a little play, a little collab. The Mexican submission one we already stated here is Edgar Cyrez and who the fuck's the other one?
Raul Rosas.
Oh yeah, Edgar Cyrez and Raul Rosas Jr. both to win by sub. Odds are probably pretty fire. You got anything for the boys before we head out of here, Nick?
Stay gay, fellas.
Stay gay. Always make sure to do your research for your own plays. And have a nice day, everybody. We'll talk to y'all soon.
All right.